sorry, Kieran. But yeah, milk next time, not water. Right, I love how big our audience is when we're all so beautiful, aren't we? Some of us have even dressed up. This is my normal attire. So I'm not meant to pick on any audience, but there's a few of you I have to. Are you guys together? Are you on a date?
Maybe. I don't know.
We've been together a couple of years.
Okay. All right. What's your favourite thing about him?
Awesome.
Without getting too intimate.
It's up to you what you want to share. We're all listening. We're all very supportive.
He does have a good sense of humor. It's very different than mine.
It must be because he brought you to a free gig on a Monday evening.
I wanted to come to this.
Yeah, KFC on the way home. You're anyone's. Cheap date. We like that. We like frugality these days. So yeah, dates. I like dates. I love dates. I go on a lot of first dates. I always equate dates to being a bit like your first time on ket. You know, you get that little high, and then you go home and you're just lonely and depressed, and then you kind of just masturbate to Harry Styles because you keep swiping right. You know, we'll get another first date soon. But a little bit of myself. So I'm Michaela. My hobbies are medieval poetry, macrame, and pegging. You're a little bit confused. Okay. Shall I explain to you what it is? Okay. Basically, it's this thing you do with all these knots and ropes. It's basically bondage for single people. I heard this thing about bondage recently. It's quite funny. It's a bit like how bondage is a bit like when you're little and you play cowboys and Indians and you tie each other up and then you hit each other with sticks and feathers. Doesn't quite work the same. No, you have to call each other daddy and kind of spanky daddy. Anyway, anyone had a good weekend? I know it's only Monday, but you've all been good? Yeah. I had a really shit weekend.
Aww.
Sadness. My boyfriend and I broke up.
No.
I'm heartbroken here. Right. I'm lucky in that I have a wonderful support network. My husband has been incredibly supportive. He couldn't come out tonight because he went out with his boyfriend and my ex-boyfriend for a drink. It gets a little bit complicated, but we're good. My husband, we actually just very recently married. Woo! I know, so I'm married. He's actually husband number 4. Because people like to marry me and I like cake. So it's all good. Lucky for him, it's actually his first marriage, so jackpot first time round, lucky him. But it is my 4th, and they say marriage doesn't change things, but I find that to be complete utter bollocks, to be honest. Really. They say like just a bit of paper, it doesn't change anything. It does. Major impact on our sex life. The main issue being that I'm not used to sleeping with my own husband, just other people's. So it's been kind of weird. I mean, where's the excitement? I was just like kicking us, like, go home to your wife now, I want to sleep. But talking of first, I mean, he's quite lucky it's his first, and I'm a big fan of firsts. You know, because you remember your first, don't you? Your first kiss, your first pint, your first gangbang. You know, those memories stick with you. It's all good. Anyway, as you may have gathered, my husband and I are in an open relationship, or as we call it, we fuck around. It is consensual, of course, because, you know, if it's not consensual, then all you're doing is just cheating with glitter on top. So it works out fine. Yes, but we are poly. We were poly before it was cool. Now everyone's poly these days. Yeah, this is all that. You know, we were there when we had mum jeans. That's how poly we've been. And people are a bit weird when I talk about being poly, and I get weird reactions. You either get the whole ew, or you get the ooh, tell me more. And now, unfortunately, my mother falls into the second camp. So family dinners are kind of awkward because she keeps asking me like, can I, you know your other boyfriend you brought out on last week, can I meet him? So it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. People do ask me, they're like, Michaela, how do I know if I'm ready for an open relationship? And my question is usually like, okay, my answer is usually like, okay, right. Can you imagine yourself going around IKEA on a Saturday afternoon with another couple and surviving it without an argument? Because if you can do that, you can have an open relationship. But it's quite difficult because, there's always like the whole threesome thing. But anyway, being poly is very much last year, plus it's bloody hard work, all that. So we've gone hardcore. We are now swingers. And I think going swinging is actually hardcore, to be honest. Let's start consuming for one. And the question is, how do you spot a swinger? Do you know?
Upside down.
Upside down pineapple, yes?
It's
That's what
only with my grandparents are.
Oh, your grandparents? Oh, anyone else?
The grandparents.
Yeah, had grandparents. It's a friend of a friend. The other thing is like pampas grass. People talk about pampas grass as well. It turns out these days, because it's this, those little wicker hearts people have hanging in the kitchen windows. I thought I recognised your face, you dirty little bitch. Yeah, you got one. And a live, love, laugh decal on your kitchen, isn't it? That's how you all spot them. Yeah, so that's how you spot them really. But swingers are a bit like vegans. If they are one, they'll tell you anyway, so you don't have an issue with it. But in response to us being swingers, we actually went to our first sex party, which was unusual. It was exciting, I guess. We got there and it was all very civilized. It was all cheese and wine and wappable surfaces. It was very cool. My question was like, what happens at a sex party after you've come? Do you just like tap out, or do you go out for a wee break or a little glass of water? I mean, do you just keep going like, come on, carry on, I'm still watching. What do you do with it? This party we went to was actually a little less Love Island and more Antiques Roadshow than we were expecting. We thought the youngest we fought in ages. It was amazing, But my husband actually handles it very well. He often gets the attention of horny old men. And he knows how to handle it. I blame his Catholic upbringing. He knows how to handle horny old men as a Catholic. There are only two rules in this house, because you have to have rules, we're still decent people. So the first rule was downstairs was for mingling and interacting, and all play was reserved for upstairs. So that's rule number one, fair enough. Rule number two is no shoes, because you might be perverts, but you're not savages. So you don't want to dirty the carpet. So my husband and I just walked around, a little bit of mingling, a little bit of eye-fucking. Like a bit of eye-fucking? You know what I mean, right? The whole. Yeah. God, you're good. Don't look away, I'm not done yet. Hold on.
I'm sorry, I finished.
Yeah. Story of my life. It's like my first wedding all over again. Yeah, we a little bit of eye-fucking. But what we have found out though is that the lifestyle, as the swingers call it, is a bit like a pyramid scheme. Bear with me here. So it's a bit like cult-like. Number one, they call it the lifestyle. But like a good pyramid scheme, you have a lot of networking. You have to build your own brand. You have to get people like under you or behind you. The only good thing about it, well, the only good thing, one of the many good things about it is that the parties are a little bit less Tupperware and more Bukkake. So, pros and cons. And there was also this kind of reward scheme points thing going on, where if you introduce 10 new people to the lifestyle, you get a dildo. Amazing. I'm about 10 points away from a new bundle of towels at the moment, so if anyone wants to give me their names afterwards, I'm happy to sign you up. Also, we found that a lot of the websites are a bit like Uber for swingers. It's weird, you can just log in and there's a couple or someone available nearby, and you also get a star rating. I am proud to say 4.9. Thank you very much. Yes, so I think I've traumatized you enough. Her face is like, oh my God. No, we have loads of ideas. I have to say though, I am looking for husband number 5. I am taking names. So,
Russell.
Russell, you okay with threesomes, foursomes, fivesomes? I have to say my threesomes I keep to MMF, so it's not girl on girl, I don't do girls, sorry love. So yeah, you have to be ready to take it too. Right, thank you all very much, and leaving them at the door, and I might just get those 3 towels after all. Cheers.